Hey guys, so welcome back to Indirect Knowledge. So tonight we have a very special tarot card reading, and this is for Felecia. Recently, Felecia met a guy, and the only thing she really knows about him is that he's a Taurus. She thinks he's kind of sneaky because he waited a couple weeks before he actually contacted her after she gave him her number and stuff. But she wants to know if this is a person that could be a potential life partner, and is this person even really worth her wasting her time on? And so let's consult the tarot and get a little bit more perspective on it, and then I'll give you kind of my assessment of what I pick up intuitively about the situation. Just going to shuffle these up a little bit more. I've already shuffled them some. Shuffle the spots off. Shuffle the spots off these cards here, you guys. So, but anyways, this is one of those things, you just never know, right? When it comes to relationships or what we should do in that. I'm just going to back up a little bit. I'm in one of the monks' rooms right now. This is just kind of one of the small little monk quarters here. And let's find out about this guy. Okay, well, in the past, as far as this guy goes and stuff like that, he's had a few victories here and there. He's kind of still in the game. He's gotten a little recognition, a little bit of position, and that kind of thing. And we know that just because we've got kind of this, the Six of Wands card here about taking action, doing some things to get some recognition. So he kind of puts himself forward with the things. That's a recent past. And then we have the current situation and that we face, which is the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is all about, queens are about influence. Pentacles are, it's about that grounded. It's about that grounded kind of energy. It's about money, finances, things that make us feel secure, things that set us up for good success, that kind of set the foundations for us, and that kind of thing. It's about working hard to achieve something, and this is about the influence that's all involved with. We see the Queen there. That's what's going on currently. So it's about having influence over, these stable factors, these earthy kind of stable factors and things that ground us and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's pretty good. And then in the near future and stuff, we have this card here that for him, this is the Devil. And the Devil's really about assumed control. Like we think something has control of us. It doesn't really. The decision's always with us, but we might give our power over to someone else or something else. Oftentimes when this card comes up, it has to do with like substance abuse or something along those lines, where someone has an addiction or they become very addicted to something, and when they do, it kind of takes over control of them. And it's like they can't get any relief from it. So as far as like the future goes, I'm picking up about maybe 2 or 3 weeks, maybe to 2 or 3 weeks to maybe a couple of months out, that this here starts to show itself more and more. You may see it sooner, like within that 2-week period and stuff, that you see like kind of signs of this with this person, where maybe you start to see that they might project nicely. In the past they have anyway, and they've had some small victories with things. And they've even had some stability, like in the current situation. In the near future with this person, it's going to be things are going to start to show that, this person doesn't really seem to have as much control as what they project right now. And a lot of it is because of maybe some substance abuse, or, there could be some other factors that are controlling them. It could even be like, maybe a past relationship where that person had children with someone else, or, there's these other variables involved, and it's not that this person doesn't have control. It's just that their perception of that control is sort of gone. They don't really see it. So they have a lot of doubt, disbelief, fear, negativity, maybe like where they're critical thinking. They're being very critical in how they think about things, and they're kind of limiting themselves. It's not that they're really limited. It's just that they're their own worst enemy. And they have some limiting beliefs and all the things that kind of originate in the mind, So that's the near future with it. So as far as kind of the energy right now, we said with that Queen of Pentacles, kind of where we're at with that is it's really judgment. It's about reconciling the past, learning lessons that the past really has to teach us, and then kind of letting go of fear and doubt and disbelief and all those things we just talked about with the Devil card there. This is the card here, by the way. This is the Judgment card. It's about revelation, things becoming revealed, things about things coming out of the closet, and learning the real truth of things. And when that happens, we're pretty much forced to kind of reconcile the past and things that we've done and try to make amends for things. And we do that so that we can kind of eventually move forward in a positive direction. So as far as where you're at with things, kind of like kind of where you're feeling or your intuition is leading you, and really it's kind of spot on for the most part. It's this Three of Swords. Three of Swords. Three swords pierce his heart. There's rain coming down. The clouds are overhead. It's kind of a depressing sight to see. And it's really about betrayal. It's about, it's about rejection in that. Sort of like you've made your decision. Now you have to live with the loss that comes with that. And every decision carries a certain amount of loss with it, because when you gain something, you have to forfeit something, right? But it really does this card brings to light things that you may have been blinded about. Say with things from the past, other things that may have come into play in that. So this is sometimes it's the heartbreak or the betrayal card, it's called sometimes. It's where we sense something, but yet we don't want to believe it. And so then when it happens, or we start to find out the real truth and all, we feel a sense of loss, a sense of sadness, a sense of deprivation that comes with this particular card. And sometimes depression or sadness can set in. But that's kind of where you're at with it as far as where your thinking is. Let's look at the outcome, though. Okay, let's look at and see kind of where we're at with the situation and with this person and that. So where we're at is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is about doing certain things in a certain way to get a certain result. It's about refining your skills. It's about becoming the best version of yourself that you possibly can. It's about, with this card here, this is a skilled tradesperson. They're making these coins and they're hanging them up, and there's more and more coins coming about. And, as they continue to make these coins, they become better and better at their trade, and learning more and more new things, new ways of doing things in order to make things even better. And this repetitiveness, these repetitive actions, they start to stimulate, not stymie, stimulate repetitive results, even better results, and greater rewards than ever before. So that's your outcome. So these are going to be, it looks like you're going to be really working in a way of ensuring greater success for yourself. Like whatever you're currently doing and all, you'll be doing it, but just in a lot better way and producing much better results. So it could be a lot to do with your finances and moving things forward in that regard. And, for this person, it's also going to be about really continuing to work on themselves, and work on themselves by, it's sort of like this repeating, like they move one step forward and two steps back, and then one step forward and two steps back. And they keep doing this. And so they keep on becoming their own worst enemy, having to go back and forth on it. But in doing this back and forth, one step forward, two steps back, they become really, really clued in to taking those steps forward to the point where now they may start taking 2 steps forward and just 1 step back, and then another 2 steps forwards and then another step back. So this person, even though they may suffer from being their own worst enemy and the things that they feel are controlling them, by continuing along this journey, this process, and trying to get better at what they're doing, it does start to produce some better results in their life and bring things better for them. So it's a good card for them as well. Let's look at what your outcome is with all of this. Your outcome, I mean, not your outcome, but really kind of the answer to this outcome and bringing forth all these consistently better results over and over again, it's going to be the Emperor card. The Emperor is about rules and laws and setting the foundation, setting things in order first, so that getting a plan of action together and all, finding out the best way of doing things, and then putting forth that plan so that we can materialize things in the best way possible, the most efficient way possible. And that's what the Emperor is really all about. Rules and laws, they create order for us. So these systems that we're putting together with this 8 of Pentacles over here, doing certain things in a certain way to get those certain results, these repetitive actions, repetition creates our persuasion. And as we build upon that, it starts to create this lasting foundation for us and lasting success from us, in which we build success and we continue on in a nice way, in a positive direction in that, so it's a good card. But this card is really about taking control of your resources and looking at what's in front of you in order to achieve all of these results that we've been talking about. So really positive reading for you. Unfortunately, for the guy, he's got some life lessons to learn and, some things to have to contend with, and that are still looming over him. But, by and large, he is moving in a positive direction and everything. So, hey, Kiki, yeah, you can, if you're still with me, you can ask free readings. Sure, no problem. But I'm not seeing that you're on still. So maybe I lost you by getting so involved in this reading. But if you're still watching, just let me know real quick, because we're fixing to end this live stream. Okay, I think, guys, that Kiki is actually, left the room, left the live stream. So I'll have to remember to keep looking up from time to time. I just got so involved in this reading that I didn't see that Kiki was actually in the room. So maybe I'll have to set some notifications or something on the channel for that. But okay, guys, for most of you guys that watch the channel pretty consistently and that have subscribed and everything, you know that I do these tarot card readings as a service. I'm a monk, and one of the services that I do are these tarot card readings. When I was a small child, I had a psychic experience. Really, probably one of the first ones that I can remember. There's a couple other ones that are a little bit more personal, so I never really mentioned those. But probably the most profound one that was the most verifiable was when I was about 9 or 10 years old. There was some neighbors that lived down the road from us, and they bought a new car. And after seeing the car, I went home and I had a dream that they were going to pass away in that car. And a couple of weeks later, it happened. And there's some crazy things that happened along with that. But I woke up from the nightmare and told everyone, and everybody said, well, it's just a nightmare. And true enough, but it materialized. And so then after that, I went to ESP school and so on and so forth. And then I started to hone my extrasensory perception skills and a lot of other things along this journey and have materialized as well. And today, this is a service that I do out of love for others and for God. So if you guys are ever interested in getting a reading or something like that, you can just reach out to me if you need one, and I'll try to help you out and serve you in the best way possible. And if you guys would like to support this channel and support the work that the monks do, help us with our basic maintenance and different things, because we rely on donations, you can do that too through helpbydonating.com. And we greatly thank you for that. If you haven't already done so, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification so that as we come online, like Kiki, if you have questions or something, you can get your questions answered live on the air as we do these live streams. Anyways, thanks guys for tuning in. If you need anything as your tarot coach, I'm always here for you. Much love, many blessings. See you on the next episode.